LAN, his entries in the RMR online were incredible. If he can come into LAN and pull those off and less ping, this is going to be so difficult. Renegades have got to deal with some entry prowess, but we're heading into Inferno, and this is where the Renegades had a great showing yesterday against OG. They were tactically better than them, they were out-aiming them, they were just superior in every department, and they've now got to do that again, this time against Na'Vi. ESL World Ranking #2 in the world.
We're getting into it. It's going to be a tough ask for Renegades, but they're going to have to give it a good go here to start on their map pick. Electronic going for some information early. Boomich up close with the CZ has been taken out instantly. Sicko with a quick kill, and now Electronic's alone on A.
He's got cover though. We'll see how he deals with this. Peeks out, gets a headshot. Sicko quickly on the reply, and that is going to give a 4v3 to Renegades. A click of the Glocks, and now Sicko looking for another click to the head. He's found 2 already in the round. He's looking for more, and he will get it. Perfecto's gone down as well. Simple and Bit now left alone. 2v4, fantastic start to the round here for the Renegades. Does the bomb go back to B? It does, and now there's only one player over there, but when I say it's one, it's Simple and Bit over towards the other side of the map with a headshot himself, and Simple. He's staying behind the coffins. He hears the footsteps of Hats, and now he duels in. Simple comes out on the bottom of that duel. It's Hats that wins it. And now Bit comes over to the B bomb site. 3 players now to find. Bomb has not crossed and no smoke to get him out of that. Bit's now been spotted. Another swing out from Banana. Bit's under pressure, and the flank is what gets the kill. Renegades with a pistol win.
Really well played by Renegades. They're showing us exactly what we saw yesterday. The individuals playing up to a level we just weren't expecting. The entire team playing amazing CS. Sicko this time getting a bunch of impact with those early kills. And now Na'Vi have to come through with the force buy. But they've got Deegs, so don't count them out.
Yeah, you can't count out any team at this event. We've seen so many ridiculous Deeg rounds from everybody so far here at Cologne. Well, there is a team to get it done on the Deegs. Can't count out Na'Vi. Renegades, though, they've got the Galil in play, AK-47. Some utility forcing back the Na'Vi players early. Bits come out of position and drop back into the site. I'm interested to see how Bit will continue to play on Inferno, because I think the biggest criticism we had for him on the CT side of Inferno when he first got added to Na'Vi was how scared he used to play towards long, right? He wouldn't really challenge, he wouldn't take those fights as much, but now he's become a fully fledged member of the team. He's a lot more confident, and we like to see him get more involved.
It's this B site that could be an issue for Na'Vi for me now, depending on how Boomich can play it. Sometimes he can get caught out early in some rounds on Banana. This time he's playing back though, and Perfecto has a flash in hand. So as soon as Boomich sees anyone, he can use the counter util and they can try and hold.
Oh, CZ close though, swings on by. No kill for him. Perfecto catches him with a flash slightly there, apparently. Boomich not getting anything out of it. And the Renegades now have the B bomb site. They've taken over coffins. Simple trying to land shot through the smoke and has Perfecto in front of him. I think it's fair for Na'Vi to try and save their weapons here. I think it's fair to drop back, save the Kevlar. A lot of utility still left as well. The Renegades do very well to eliminate the one player, and it's enough to force Na'Vi away.
It's not a bad setup from Na'Vi. You saw the flash being fairly effective from Perfecto. It's just a position where you need Boomich to get 1 kill and maybe survive or commit and get a multi-kill. Renegades are able to dodge that flash well enough to take over the B bomb site. So a strong start for Renegades, and actually something they struggled with yesterday was some of the starts to the halves against OG. They only won 1 pistol and they 2-0'd OG. So a good start here against Na'Vi is a welcome sign for Renegades.
It's also going to settle the nerves of these players, right? Okay, you've got a big win against OG, and now you're coming in against Na'Vi. No matter how confident you are coming out of that, you're still going to have it in the back of your head. You've got this team to go up against. And so getting a good start, winning the pistol, winning the first couple of rounds, it allows you to realize, okay, we're still good to go. Renegades have a chance here. And they're looking for that 3-0 start. Na'Vi saved their weapons. They saved those Deagles. They will have those to play with. The only player without an upgraded pistol will be Boomich, still down on the USP after losing his in the previous. So we still know these Deagles can do damage, but Renegades looking to try and keep it clean.
Simple looking for a fight down mid. They have nades ready for Banana, but it's Electronic who takes the brunt of them, down to 6 health before even seeing anyone.
Yeah, great utility coming in for Renegades early, forcing back that position, and now they've got full Banana without having to take too many risks. And I think it's incredibly important in this scenario to not take risks in those top banana fights, because you never really know who's on the other side of it, how many players are on the other side of it. That's where those pistols can usually get those body shots off. So great work from Renegades to use that utility and not give away any early picks.
And they've also dodged all of Na'Vi's nades. 3 nades were tossed into Banana, none of them doing any damage to the Renegades players. All grouped up on Banana. A couple of smokes being used into the site. And the players on B are just going to sit on the Na'Vi side. Ball rotate is now going over to B though, and Renegades are already starting with some of these little rotations, finding the open bomb site.
I think Alexa B is going to be sitting back in his chair right now and just rubbing his hands together, right? It's not just his team that are getting caught out by these gamble stacks not working against the Renegades. Although, do Renegades go through the archway? I think Inns, as soon as he starts to see some action on the B-bomb site, might consider calling that over to the team, and Renegades taking their time, eventually wrap it around long, and they'll spot out the site is cleared. They're going to go for the A site. No one here. Na'Vi stacking out the B-bomb site. I think right now for Na'Vi, it's probably worthwhile doing something about this. You know, you've got these weapons, you're going to be able to buy in the next round. Maybe try and get a few picks here. Flashing into Banana, trying to take down some of the rifles, because if you don't, that just helps the T economy get into such a strong spot. So looking for some kills, the stacks haven't paid off, and now they're just sending out some feelers. Boomich goes through first to get some information, and now the real guns are coming around the corner. Perfecto trying to boost his teammates up on top of the half wall. No one from Renegades giving anything away, and this is good from them, right? You know they don't have too much of value on the other side. And they are going to at least save some of the Kevlar here for Na'Vi, but really good start from Renegades, limiting the casualties, not making mistakes, not giving Na'Vi those opportunities to win these Deagle rounds.
This gives Renegades so much money and a real chance to take some risks if they want to into this first gun round. You can keep these SMGs if you want. You can try and put some pressure on. But we've also got Simple out on the AWP on the CT side, which is something Renegades will have to deal with. Simple doesn't have as free of a role here on Inferno with the AWP as he does on some of the other maps. Inferno tends to be more structured on the whole, but you can go for these banana peaks. And it looks like that's what Simple wants in this one.
Again, utility from the Renegades coming in early towards top banana to try and stifle any of those early peaks, any of those early fights. And they'll send the MAC-10 up. Hats was a little quiet against OG at the beginning of Inferno, but towards the end, he was having some of the most impactful moments of the whole side. And look at that nade damage from Na'Vi. It's taken down Inns and Hats to 67 and 53 HP right off the back of just a couple of nades being thrown down into Banana.
I'm already liking this B setup from Na'Vi. Boomich sometimes can get caught on banana aggression, so in the first gun round, just sit back, make sure you don't give away that pick, and give some of your other players the chance to have impact. And Simple is still sitting on B. Renegades have taken map control elsewhere, though. They've got top mid control of their own, but they may be bringing that bomb over to Banana.
Oh, Boomich going to throw down the smoke top Banana. Hats trying to spam on through it. Renegades love these slower rounds on the T side. They want to get as much information out of the round as they possibly can before they make a decision. And I don't think Na'Vi are giving them too much information to play with right now. So Renegades are going to think about just committing into the site. Now there's 30 seconds left. They're going into B. Perfecto looking to hold it. Crosses out in front of the smoke. And no one's come through it for Renegades. There's only 25 seconds left. They've got to go here. And the rotations come over from Na'Vi. They have another player over here on the B bomb site. It's become a nightmare. It's damage to the smoke as well. Finally, a shot comes through. It's a blistering fast shot through the dark box, and Inns is with another one. Perfecto tries to deny the plant, but through the smoke, he'll go down to Sicko. And Inferno is back again. Renegades, they get right onto the bomb site. Inns is just showing up and delivering once again. And Malta on these lurks over towards the other side of the map yesterday against OG was getting so much out of them. He's doing it again. Another player down for Na'Vi, and it's just Electronic, who's got a weapon still alive. He's cowering in the graveyard, just trying to carry that one over to the next round. I don't know how a player can make those UMP entries look so good.
Inns had an excellent performance yesterday too. On the first day, we were maybe slightly concerned because he wasn't hitting the same sorts of numbers he was hitting over in his region. But yesterday, he was brilliant against OG.
Yeah, and we've seen Alistair on Twitter talking about how Inferno showed up, and I think that's fair to say because we had the Vinferno, now we've got Inferno. I have to say these UMP shots. How do you do that? How do you get that headshot through dark so easily? And Renegades have gone for the first timeout of the game after winning 4 rounds in a row.
This is one of the nice things about Inferno, though. If you have a couple of rounds like that where a player just overperforms and gets 2 entries when he shouldn't have, it's just so difficult for the CTs to have any response.
Boomich has got his hair done for IEM Cologne. It's looking good. It's bleached it. It's ready to go. It's a new look, new land, new year, new Boomich. I think he did have it for the RMR, actually.
We got that AWP out for Alistair. I was looking at some of the stats for the play-in. He had the joint highest AWP kills per round. He's one of those AWPers, for me, that really does rely quite heavily on getting that AWP out. So not every sniper will want to pick up the AWP on T's side, but Alistair's happy to do so. And so far, he's been really reliable for Renegades throughout that play-in stage. So let's see what he can do with it here on Inferno.
Na'Vi again in a situation where it's just Deagles out. They have that 1 M4 Electronic was able to save in the previous. Utility being traded out blow for blow in Banana. And Na'Vi don't have too much of it left already, right? They've used up quite a significant amount. There's 2 smokes left, one on Simple, one on Perfecto, and a flash still available on Electronic, but that's all the utility that Na'Vi have left. And for Renegades, they know that they love to play these slower rounds, so I don't think there's going to be much resistance. As long as they get some information, Renegades should be fine in this kind of round. Oh.
Bit of damage done, but it's Alistair who opens up the proceedings.
They didn't know about Electronic, though.
Not overcommitting, though, and even mollying the position. Electronic gets caught out. Alistair with his 2nd kill in top mid. Renegades so methodical there on their top mid take.
Yeah, that's the key word. We talked about that yesterday, right? They leave no stone unturned. Not the best flash, but, you know, they can't hit them all. And Malta is going to try and get himself this headshot onto Simple. Close angle for the Deagle. Oh, and Simple spotted the shoulder first, and because of that, the body shots come in, and Boomich now finding another for Na'Vi. 3 versus 3. Bomb being picked up, and the B bomb site is empty right now for Na'Vi, so eventually Renegades are going to find that out. They're going to be onto the bomb site, but that's an AK and an M4 stolen away for the Na'Vi side, and they'll be happy carrying those over.
Something else we discussed yesterday is how it's so impressive for Renegades to play this style, because as an inexperienced team coming into a LAN, you can maybe take just 10 seconds too long and all of a sudden the round is going to fall apart. The rotate comes back. You get stalled on your push. So it's so impressive to see them come into this big LAN, come into this big tournament for them and continue to play that way and look very comfortable doing so.
Yeah.
That's one of the first rounds, though, where for a second, it maybe does get a bit scary. There's 30 seconds left on the clock and they don't have the bomb. They don't have an obvious path to a site. And that is one of the things you have to think about with the way Renegades play. If they do just take 10 seconds more than they should, it could just cost them the round. So they've got to be always on point.
And the cool thing about the Renegades is, right, they have the slower playstyle on the T side, but against OG yesterday, they showed they can change it up. They showed that they can go for these faster plays if needed, and I think that's essential if you're going to go for this majority slow playstyle. We see that be a problem for Virtus Pro, where they're too slow, too predictable, the CTs can save the utility, whereas if Renegades start to spice it up a little bit, that could be an issue for Na'Vi. But we're coming into the gun round again. No AWP out for Simple yet. He found an AK in the previous round. Initially, at the very beginning of the round, Bit is taking damage.
That must have been a stab from one of his teammates. Slightly awkward for Na'Vi, and they do need to get going here. It's been a bit of an unfortunate start for them with some of those entries. They've gone 5-0 down. We need to see someone step up, and Simple could be the man to do it. AK up close for 2 early kills.
That's huge from Simple. Double kill to open up the round, and Na'Vi definitely need a good start here in this gun round. They need to find this win. And Simple, of course, the player to deliver it. Renegades going to go into him again, and this time it is Malta that wins it out. Renegades have pulled that kill back, but there's still another advantage for Na'Vi right now. Simple was able to double up at the beginning of the round, so they're always at a disadvantage right now, the Aussies. And they're going to try and change that. Alistair, you said it, he's been consistent. He's been so good for the side so far. And now in the main event, he would love to make the difference in this round. Bits in the middle of the site, Electronic and Pit, often such a strong setup to hold down this A site. Electronic looking up into the apartments, hasn't seen the head, and eventually Alistair will walk a little too far, and when you stray into the path of Electronic, you don't often come out alive.
It's so strange seeing Electronic playing without the Na'Vi jersey on.
Yeah.
I'm really not used to it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He's kind of
chilling.
he's synonymous with it right at this point in our heads. You know, you flip side for a little while, but got used to him in yellow. 20 seconds. Peek out from Boomich. Speaking of yellow, his hair also matches the jersey. And the AWP goes out of the map. Malta concedes this one, realizes it's a done deal, and with 14 seconds left is just looking to die at this point. Doesn't want to go down after the time, and Perfecto gives him some mercy.
Finally getting to see a round win for Na'Vi. Finally getting to see some simple action on the server. If you're a Renegades fan, though, you're not too concerned about that round loss. That's a round where they take a risk. They go for one of those faster plays, as we said they were doing against OG. But that won't be Renegades' bread and butter. That's a round where they tried the switch up. Now we'll probably see them go back to their slower play, and now we'll get to see if it can work against the full gun round.
And a lot of those quicker plays in Inferno didn't quite work out for Renegades yesterday either, right? They tried some of those quicker plays, and I think OG handled them pretty well. It's these slower rounds, like you're saying, and what a shot from Alistair. Flick headshot onto Boomich. Someone check his arm, it must be broken at this point. That flick was just so quick.
That's disgusting. There was no hesitation either. He didn't decide, maybe I can wait and line up this shot, maybe the CT won't see me. No, it was just pure killer instinct. Yeah, pinball accuracy, right? Just right that little speck of the head. And the flick perfectly lands upon him. One of the most difficult shots you can land that. And he's made it look easy. And now the Renegades start their walk up through Banana. Still 2 players outside of A, so we'll likely see them poke and prod and try and pull a little bit of utility out of Na'Vi, but no commitment yet. And it's quite common on the CT side of Inferno to take a risk when you go down a man. It's already hard on the CT side on this map. When you go 4v5, it's almost impossible. So Na'Vi have taken that risk of stacking 3B. Let's see if Renegades can figure it out. Well, Inz was hitting some nutty entries with a UMP, but now he's got an AK. He spotted one in towards New Box, but he hasn't got the kill, and that's info. And Simple's up on the boost in CT. This is a difficult position to expect, especially with 2 players inside of the site. Oh, Simple, they haven't seen him. He goes over the top, and no kill for Simple. Somehow, no frags in. I thought with that position, even though his teammates fell down, Simple surely got them out of it. But no, now it's only Electronic, and he's even found. Renegades are hitting every single shot in the crunch time. This B bomb site once again falls. This is a real slow start now for Na'Vi. Oh, Alistair. Oh, I just want to see it again. It's just so disgusting. That's in slow motion, by the way. How do you do that? It's just unreal. 6-1. We did talk about how important the AWP was for Alistair as soon as he's got it out. Yeah. He's been getting the kills with it. And Na'Vi missing a lot of shots uncharacteristically. We have got that AWP out for Simple now, though, so hopefully no missed sprays in this round. Yeah, it's had enough of rifles after that round. Get me back at the AWP. Well, it's a nice close-up of Bit's hair as well. I can almost smell what shampoo he's been using. Is that coconut Paris shampoo, maybe? Yeah, it smells great. Head and shoulders, something like that. It's a slow one for Renegades. Often the case at the start of these rounds. And Alistair trying to duel against Simple. Flashbang's going to get the AWP off the angle. And because of that, now Simple's posted up. They want to try and bait out a shot to get the information on the AWP, and they've done it now. You don't want to find out there's an AWP there by getting a kill going Na'Vi's way. If you can get it out with a flashbang, that's much better. $200 down the drain instead of a life. And now Malta is going to try and get this kill. So good at balcony, so good in this position. And now starts to try and creep on by. And the timing's worked out. Simple's just changed up his position, and now Bit, he's under porch. Simple will try and play with him, but that smoke is up at long, and that does leave Bit a little exposed, a little alone right now. Bit's player cam's cracking me up. He keeps just moving his head around. Yeah. He's just going back and forth to the monitor. How close is he to the monitor right now? Is he playing on, like, is this monitor on the top of the table or something? What's going on? But Bit, 1 kill. Malta's been able to find a reply quickly. And now Renegades, they do go. It's the A bomb side attack. Electronic in pit. He's getting spammed through the smoke. He's looking for a frag, and he finally gets one. But it is just one. And because of that, Renegades now have the A bomb site. Rotation needs to come over from Na'Vi, and Simple had rotated away. He's playing from library right now, and they're just not getting opportunities. Renegades are doing such a good job at just cracking open, isolating the players alone, and the utility is keeping Na'Vi at bay. Simple making some noise on long, maybe trying to bait some attention in his direction, but Malta's AWP is still focused on short.
Got flashed off, got info though before he was blinded, and what a pick on towards Simple, but Boomich and Perfecto, they find a double, and it's now all on Sicko. Inside of the site, they're trying to figure out where he is right now, and Sicko, he's being sick so far in this tournament, and once again, he's gone Sicko mode with a double kill. How does he land that?
What is going on here? Renegades are hitting some unreasonable shots at the start of Inferno. That is the fastest split you're going to see all tournament.
What is that?
I'm calling it.
That's reactions. What? That is nothing other than reactions because he did not even see the player on his POV. That is unreal.
They can't believe it themselves. They cannot believe it themselves.
I love it. The Renegades hyped up, but again, it is land now, Hawk. You were bringing this up. You know, online, we hardly ever see a timeout come after a play like that. But it's on land. The emotions need to be controlled. And I think the timeout's essential at this point, just to reset, cool down, stay focused. Because, yes, it's a fantastic round. Yes, it's a brilliant start, but you have to keep this up now.
And in that round, they did pick the site that only had 2 players holding it. So we are seeing signs of those Renegades reads coming back into play. Even then, the bomb took quite a while to be planted there, which is why Na'Vi had a chance and had time to set up that retake in the first place. But right now, Renegades just playing so well individually that it doesn't matter. 7-1 lead, still a bye for Na'Vi. A pretty standard setup at the start of this one from the CIS squad. Fighting for top mid control, but willing to concede banana.
There's 2 FAMAS in play right now on the B-bomb site. That's the only weapons they've got over on this side of the map. So if Renegades are to play in towards this B-bomb site quickly, which looks to be the case right now, I don't think they're going to do that well. They've got to play off positions, they've got to play off each other, and they've got to hit every shot on the FAMAS to make this doable for Na'Vi. Here comes the rotation from Simple, though. It's coming at the right time, and this could really help bolster that defense.
There's no commitment here from Renegades, though. They still have Malta back in apartments. They still have Sicko, who's just thrown a smoke into top mid. Flash into banana. Here come Na'Vi. It's Boomich going aggressive, but he's only good for 1.
Yeah, it does get info, though. Spots out quite a few players over here for Renegades, and when things go sour in the last 30 seconds, they're going to go back towards this A-bomb site. This time, Bit and Electronic playing both from the site. Malta often in this position. He knows there's one player on default, but he hasn't fully cleared pit. He's still worried about that. So his teammates have arrived, and there's only 17 seconds left. Na'Vi with a good setup. Electronic and Bit inside of the site, and they're looking for kills, and Electronic's delivered them. 2 kills for him, and now a 3rd as well. That's the round done. Finally, Electronic down. 2nd shot from Alistair. There's not enough time for the plant, though. He's going to have to come off it, hope for the fights, and Na'Vi don't give him them. Nice shots, but in the end, inconsequential. Na'Vi, great timing. Just delaying an Electronic. What can you do about that? Just a huge spray down of getting 3 players, peeking out into the apartments, and a shutdown comes through from Electronic.
Really solid hold. Just the lineup on the first 2 players makes a massive difference. And it wasn't a bad play from Malta there to exert that pressure from the apartments, get behind that smoke. He starts to clear out short. He starts to help his teammates close the distance onto the site. Problem seemed to be the utility not able to get them some favorable fights as they took the site. They threw a molly back, and now Simple's landing some nice shots.
I like that they're trying to do this, right? Something gimmicky, but Alistair's come back and found the kill on the Bit, and now look at this position. Alistair's not stopping. Confidence, just running up long, taking all the control. This is a change-up for Renegades. They've got the site right now. Only 1 player in there, and it's Electronic. So good in the previous round. And now alone inside of the site. Smoke goes down, a kill onto Alistair. Rotations have come over as well. And that Molotov, or should I say smoke, is keeping him alive for the time being, but right through the smoke, Sicko's hit a headshot. Simple's come through library. He's had enough of reading. He now wants to try and get himself a couple of kills. He's been damaged up, though, in the process. He's down to 21. Bomb plant starts to come in for Renegades. Re-smoke out to Moto. Things are getting difficult, and now Boomich has to be the playmaker. Coming out of the apartments, Malta's playing from Graveyard. It's just such a strong position that you're going to have to try and deal with. Luckily, that smoke actually negates that problem, and that allows Boomich to start peeking out in towards the site. But into the site, you've got Inge, you've got to fight, and He comes out on top of another duel. It's a save call for Na'Vi, having to back away.
And you can see the freedom that these Renegades players have in some of these rounds. It is fairly loose at the start of these rounds. They're willing to go ahead and take their time, and they're willing to go ahead and let players make plays. And Alistair, just playing with pure confidence there, pushes all the way up into long after getting that initial kill. Clearly had a good read on the situation. And even though he goes down, he gets his team into a great position to just run down the site. And if you'd have told me before the game that it was Renegades who were going to have more highlight plays and more moments that their individuals won, I wouldn't have believed you. Because in the pregame, I said I thought the difference would be that Na'Vi would have more of those big plays, more of those big moments.
Well, I maybe wouldn't have believed you yesterday, but after the performance from the Renegades yesterday, we know they're capable of doing this, right? We've seen these moments out of them, but it's a whole different beast making that consistent and doing it again. They come into today up against the Behemoth, and they're doing so well. Individually, tactically, yet again. It's what's needed. And Hats is taking a lot of damage at the start of this round. Once again, Na'Vi are on the lower tier buy. They have got the two save weapons of Perfecto and Simple's AWP, but for the most part, it is lower tier weapons to Perfecto. One of the only premium weapons in play, and he's been tied down to 26 early. They're not done, they want the fight. And no kills have gone Renegade's way. So close, but yet no cigar.
With that damage done, Na'Vi have to call for backup on B. Renegades are aware of that, though. They themselves will go back towards A. But Na'Vi are sending Electronic aggressively. The body shot successful. That's another gun recovered.
And because of that, Simple has not been spotted. They don't know where he is right now. He's still available in the round, and they have no information as to where he could be. Bits peeking out towards long, but he's smoked off and now has to drop back into library. Electronic and Simple locking down the fort on the A-bomb site. Renegades with 30 seconds left are going to wrap through long. This is where the setup from Electronic and Simple could work out, and Electronic hits the first, in with another one. 3K from Electronic and Simple with the last.
Just getting that AK early in the round makes such a difference for Electronic, who has been so good as that anchor on the A-bomb site throughout this game so far. He's been a big reason as to why they've got any rounds on the board. And there were those body shots initially set up for the lineup on those second players. Simple just sitting behind him, lands an easy shot to close it. And now you just wonder whether that's the turning point. Na'Vi having some individual moments and Renegades running out of cash.
Yeah, a bit of an issue right now, seems to be. So we're going to reset this round. And it does give us more time to talk about that previous. I feel like the biggest adaptation there for Na'Vi was getting the setup with Electronic and Simple into apartments, because that setup pulls away Malta's impact in the round. And the most impactful part of the A setups for me for Renegades has been Malta consistently getting apartments control and being able to be a nuisance out of the balcony, because it distracts away from those focused positions where you're getting that long wrap coming in. It pulls the attention away from them. But if Malta goes down in the apartments, if Na'Vi sees that control, that takes away one prong of the approach, and then suddenly you've got 4 players trying to funnel through a long smoke in the last 30 seconds, and you've got all your forces combined just looking at that one area. So great adaptation, good idea there from Na'Vi, and it works out perfectly.
Exactly. The round becomes so much more easy to predict at that point, because Renegades put those smokes up towards long, but you kind of know that there's a chance they are just going to all funnel in from long after they throw their own smokes into those positions. So, well played by Na'Vi. We are back into the action. We only have a couple of digs for Renegades to work with here, so it should be Na'Vi's chance to finally get something going here on Inferno.
Yeah, they're looking to save as much money as possible here for the Renegades. And Na'Vi might just get some leg room to try and grow on this CT side, because you can't deny it has been a very poor start from them. Simple on 5 kills. It's going to try and up that in this round. Peeking down in towards bottom banana. He's found his first of the round. Hats is down. Malta has apartments control for the time being, but Molotov back. And the Glock of Alistair trying to be a bit of a nuisance, but Na'Vi using the utility well, making it real difficult for any opportunities to spawn for the Renegades. Just keeping the range, keeping the distance, and using that utility to chunk them down, keep them out. Now with 50 seconds left, Renegades, the best they can hope for is a couple of kills, I think, here. I don't know if they're even going to get that with the way Na'Vi are playing this round.
Na'Vi also have players peeking into Banana, so they know it's likely an A play, and yet they're not able to deal with that shot from Malta. Bit stuck on the site. Molly goes down to give himself a bit of breathing room. They're still pushing him though. Inns runs him down on the site.
3v3, bomb plant is coming in here for Renegades. Suddenly a couple of shots and a chance now for the round win as well. They're sitting back in the post plant. The AK needed more. Now the kills start to come in for Simple and Perfecto. As he finds the double up, the round will go in Na'Vi's way. But a bomb plant and 2 kills out of an investment of 2 deagles, that's a lot out of the round for Renegades.
Pretty solid for them. Getting that early kill onto Electronic makes a massive difference too. Because on this A site, he was getting multi-kills in almost every round he'd been tested up until this point. So getting that first kill puts the pressure on Bit, who hasn't been having a great game here on Inferno. Only 2 kills to his name. Hopefully he can step up because he's been so important for Na'Vi's recent success. He was such a big part of their RMR win. Played lights out in the final up against Gambit. Now we'll get to see if he can do it here at Cologne. Round 13 at the ready. We've got the buyback for Renegades, and with that bomb plant, they've got everything they could want into this one.
Simple. He's looking for this opening pick into middle. Playing from top mid, in fact, to try and get it, but no one peeking, no one given an opportunity, and Simple's now forced away. Forced to change up his position. He's going to go all the way around to CT spawn. He's going over to B because he feels the utility from Renegades signaling a B attack, and currently with 4 players up here once again, the standard setup for the Renegades. They go on through the smoke this time. Hats has gone down and Perfecto's got the first kill. Utility starts to come through. Simple dives through the CT smoke to no avail though, and so Boomich steps up with his rifle. And for Renegades, they've decided it's probably best they back away. They haven't got anything out of this round. They haven't got a kill, and now Malta, his turn. He's got to make it work, but there's still 2 players over on the A bomb site because the rotation was so strong, because of the hold. Now there's a big issue, and Malta needs a kill, and he swings out into the site. He's found Bit. Still in the balcony smoke, though, is Electronic, and they're going to have to try and figure that out. They've got to figure it out sooner or later as well, because they've not really got too much time to take everybody down. Simple's taking a shot onto Malta. Alistair's found the reply, but again, it is still that man advantage for Na'Vi with 30 seconds left. The B-bomb site's empty, but Renegades have got to go. They've got to make a move quickly, and they're hanging around this A-bomb site. Electronic still in the apartments. Everybody rotated over. It's hard to see how Na'Vi lose this as long as they hold their positions, but Inns given an opportunity. Electronic goes down, but Simple, they've still got to deal with him. He's holding the cross at Library. It's got to be a peek here from Alistair. He's got to get a kill. Oh, he's going to find Boomich on the fallback, and now the bomb plant can come through. And then suddenly it's Simple, left alone, trying to get the clutch out. Renegades have somehow pulled these kills back, and it's all onto Simple. He switched out to the Deagle, repositioned from Alistair up into balcony. This is a difficult setup to deal with, but luckily Simple's got one. Couldn't quite get the second. Inns brings him down, and Renegades somehow pull a miracle round out of the hat.
It's so hard to play this style of CS. It's so impressive that Renegades keep managing to do it. They wait until there's such little time left on the clock that Na'Vi wants some information. They get a little bit paranoid that it could be that B play, so Electronic goes peeking into the apartments. If it was clear, he could call for them to start going B, but instead, he just gives a 1v1 fight to Inns, who hits a great shot early. Then they're able to get onto the site. It's so stressful in those scenarios. A lot of underdog teams struggle heavily in those scenarios, but Renegades playing with pure confidence right now. Another really hard round to win, and another one that goes their way.
Yeah, I think Electronic was a little starved for information. He wanted to go for that peek down the hallway, swings out, and that's enough. That just is the starting kill that opens it all up again for the Renegades, and really good patience there, and discipline from Alistair not to peek in towards Library. If he did, likely to lose the duel to Simple, but instead holds out the boiler, doesn't overextend because he knows the bomb plant's got through. He knows the bomb can get down, and really good discipline and well-worked round there for Renegades. For Na'Vi, they're going to have to try and figure out how do they get the last 2 rounds in this half, because that is really what they need right now. Got a little bit of a tech issue, so hopefully we can get it resolves. I think it's obviously very difficult when you're on LAN at this point with the environment that we're currently in. You can't exactly have the same access to players as you usually would, so it's somewhat difficult to get things sorted. But we have got them sorted very quickly, the wonderful people over at ESL. The tech issues have been resolved. We're right back into the action. We'll buy out for Na'Vi, but they've got to win this one, Hawker. Otherwise, this could be an 11-4 half for Renegades.
Renegades clearly have come into this one ready for war. And they've been given a battle, but one that they're coming out on top of so far in Inferno. Nades exchanged. Na'Vi have been doing an okay job at holding their utility. Double nade to top banana. Boomich takes some damage, but puts the smoke down and gets back to safety. Good bit of utility. Baited out of the Na'Vi players early. It's another one of these rounds where Simple will preemptively rotate over to B, hoping they have the right read on the situation. And it looks like the right read right now, but we know that Renegades love to take their time.
They bleed the clock out slowly, and Simple waiting for his prey, patiently lying for his victims to come on through, and he's found one. Quick reply though from Hats. Again, it's Boomich that has hit the deck, and that does open up the chance here for Renegades. Instead, Dari keeping them back for the meantime, and that does allow for the reposition of Simple, and he knows a risk is needed. He dives through the smoke, but it's Alistair on the headshot. That has opened up the B attack once again here for the Renegades. They go on through, but Perfecto gets the lineup. Clothesline, Sicko and Hats. And Alistair making a difference again. Another grit shot from him. He's got Malta to back him up, his bodyguard, peering over the top of the smokes. And now they double up in towards New Box. This is interesting. How did they decide to play this one out? The rifle going through, and the Molotov's going to flush them into the open, but Alistair away with another kill, and Malta's got to cover, and he's found the kill on Electronic. They couldn't figure out where the second player was. They thought New Box would have been cleared. They wouldn't have expected the Dark player to be there. And Electronic thinks it's Banana, but Malta swings out for the rifle pick.
Na'Vi had a lot of utility there. I thought that was going to make the difference. The molly initially flushes them out of New Box. They had a smoke. They didn't put that into Banana, though, and that may have been what was missing in that position. Simple forcing the issue through that smoke. You can see why he makes the play, but in a 4v4 there, they did have utility. They could have played for retake if they wanted to. It ended up working out okay, though, because Perfecto got flashed in for some great kills, but Renegades still able to come out on top of the topsy-turvy round, and here comes the apartment play. Malta able to deny Simple early.
Yeah, that's a big kill to find from Malta. You know, you take it over the apartments, he's often been so good here. And Na'Vi are going to go back to taking that apartment's control. Luckily, Electronic is taking the reply, but elsewhere, again, Alistair finding success. And Boomich's excursion down Banana has not really worked out for him. The MAC-10's found his head. And now Perfecto and Electronic, they really hope for much, but Electronic's AK give it a chance against the MAC-10. They do know where that rifle is now, though, and Perfecto's nipping at the heels coming out of Archway. Utility's going to go over the top, smokes down into long. Electronic now going forward, but they've got no kit here for the retake.
Taken too long.
They've taken far too long for the retake attempt, and those kits, or lack of, are really going to bite them, even if they get the kills here. They can't win the round, and it's done. Renegades going to be walking away with 11-4 half. Yeah, the boys coming back for the second half after the break.
Myself in the mirror not so long ago, and I told me, do you know? I told me, do you know? All alone in your head, but you don't have to pretend that you will make a change, 'cause you don't want to change. I'm gonna be real honest this time. I'm okay with it, I am more than fine. I'm gonna roll all less red dice now. Tell me I won't get out. or have to look back that far. And I don't want to forget who, get who. And are you just fucking around in my mind one last time? I'm gonna be real honest this time. I'm okay with it, I am more than fine. I'm gonna roll all less red dice now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I Trap me inside your walls now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. Crush me with all that you are now. Tell me I won't get out. So tell me I won't get out.
Renegades lead the way 11-4 coming up against Na'Vi. This should have been a far more difficult game for the Renegades, but they're looking real comfortable, and every individual has had their moments. Maybe bar Hats, but he hasn't really had to do a whole lot. Great stuff for the Renegades, but can it continue into the second half? We're about to find out.
This has been a near-perfect performance from Renegades so far, and this pistol round would really put them in full control of this first map. They won the pistol on their T side. Can they do it on CT? Na'Vi seeing if they can move into A, and the fights look like they're going to come through any second.
Oh, good setup here from Malta and Alistair. It should have dished out a little more than it did. It didn't get anything. Electronic has found the opening for Na'Vi, and now they put pressure onto the A-bomb side, putting a lot of pressure onto it, and Alistair crumbles underneath it. Renegades held off 3v5 for Na'Vi. Great start to the second half, but can they close it without too much of a nightmare? Ince has found a headshot. Hats has gone down to Simple. And Simple is looking for more on the P250. He will do that as well. A second kill comes in for him. And Sicko hiding in cubby. Simple's hunted him down. 3 kills in the pistol for him. And Na'Vi find 5.
Na'Vi not playing around here to start their T side. Simple and Electronic both showing up. P250 into the hands of Simple. Shows us exactly why you give that to him in those pistol rounds. And now the game really begins for Renegades to see if they can close this one out. If Na'Vi can continue to have Simple and Electronic play like that, it won't be easy. That molly's just been thrown at spawn. Yeah. Which is a bit weird.
And Na'Vi have been fluffing their lines a little bit out of spawn, right? They've knifed their own teammates, and now they've lost the opening kill. It's not quite come together for Na'Vi so far. It's not really looking so hot for them. A few misfires here and there, but that is not a misfire from Simple. If you can trust one player to do that, certainly would be him. He's found a quick kill. And it's drawn it back, so Alistair stuck around a little too long, and for that he is punished.
You just get the feeling that Simple is not going to let this be an easy game for Renegades. As soon as we've come into the second half, he started to show up with some crazy kills. He's been freed up now on this T side. Could still be a close round, though, with the Deegs in play for Renegades. 4v4 to play from. And they do have one more smoke in the hands of Hats, which could help delay this B play.
Na'Vi are not going towards B, though. They're going to go back up to the apartments in Malta. He's waiting for them with a Deagle over here. Na'Vi about to put some pressure up into middle. Malta's Deagle really needs to deliver something, and into the apartments. Bit is winning. Mac 10 versus Deagle, and Malta comes out on top. He's looking for some more here as well, but finally taken down by Boomich. Another play in towards the A site begins to come through. Sicko's got over here with a Deagle, though. He's got a decent position to try and deal with this. He can delay. He can find body shots. Headshots come through, and not enough Just one, and that is going to allow Navi to get that bomb planted inside of the site. Simple. Sits back in the corner. Boomich up on top of the box. No kit, no utility for the retake, and with the crossfire inside of the site itself, it does look unlikely Renegades would find their way back in. They've got to find these 1v1 fights, and they've got to hit some lightning-fast headshots. Simple's angle's difficult to flush out, especially with a cover now, but they have found Boomich. They turned it into 1v2. Simple at the back of the site. They've got that info. They're turning it into 1v1s, and they've done it! Renegades on Deagles. They found the AK. They get the defuse, and Renegades, what a round.
And Simple did basically everything he could at the end there. Renegades just played it so well that they never gave him the chance for the two separate fights. Really smart play to just jiggle peek that angle and force an extended spray from Simple. There was never that clear line of sight to get that clean headshot that he would have needed. Ends there with a great shot of his own and then comes up above so that he can just double team Simple at the end. I thought Simple was going to start rolling, but nothing he can do about that. Brilliant coordination from Renegades. And I thought this second half would be the when we see Na'Vi show up and make this a real test. Renegades had other ideas. They're playing so well right now.
That's another continuation from yesterday, right? They're playing just at that level right now. For Na'Vi, though, they've gone for an investment. 2 AKs in play, Simple and Electronic. The two stars of the show. Will it be enough for them? I think Renegades have been playing so well across the board, it's hard to find too much of a weak link on the board right now. The system is working flawlessly. The individuals as well. And Na'Vi just going to play a slower start to the round. No peaks early from Renegades either to give them those fights. And so they start their walk up through Banana. Simple starts to clear the half wall. Hats is just shoulder peeking for the information. Then we'll throw some utility down. Oh, Simple's got the timing there on the cross, but I think he just about spotted him. Has the smoke ready, and it goes down. That'll delay further. As we now go under a minute, it's Electronic trying to make a play up through top mid. Alistair spots him, gets back in the archway, and a really solid headshot onto Electronic. That's one of the AKs down, and now it's only Simple with the premium rifle, and they're going to the B site.
And if Alistair lost that fight, it could have opened up so much of the map. But now the B players can stand strong. Molly in place. Easy spray down for Ince onto 2 players. The flash not quite effective enough to take him out of that position. And now Simple and Bit have to do it all. Simple gets the first kill, but takes significant damage in the process. And Renegades are so quick on the trades.
Look at all these responses from Renegades. They're just lightning fast, right? You have this swing out. Simple gets one in towards the backside. They don't give him any time to breathe, no time to relocate his crosshair, to figure out what's going on. It's the immediate double swing through the CT smoke, and these plays are just so decisive from Renegades. You can see they're confident in their decision-making because it's working, and it's very easy to keep doing something that's working. For Na'Vi, though, it's not working at all. Something just hasn't worked out. Simple's gone for a deagle and armor, and a helmet here as well. The rest of the team are taking an eco.
4 of the Renegades round wins have come from 1vx situations. None of them from Na'Vi. Really impressive that Renegades have been so good and so composed in those sorts of positions. The other upside is Renegades have largely just outplayed Na'Vi here. It's not like they've had a crazy performance from one player or crazy amount of opening duels won. It's been in those mid-round scenarios again that they've done great work. Ince takes some early damage in this one. Simple seeing if he can sneak up, but Sicko's ready for it. The pistol's getting handily removed here.
Yeah, Malta's just got the perfect timing as well to get in behind them. And there's one for him. Now just perfecto, and he's found for Hats as well. 14-5. Renegades are 2 rounds away from taking what would be an absolutely unbelievable scoreline here on Inferno against Na'Vi. Number 2 team in the world are just getting destroyed by the Renegades right now.
I'm just speechless.
That's hard to do, make you speechless.
Whoa. Hey now.
You're a rock star. Or all-star. Let's go. It's going to be a buy for Na'Vi, though, and it's not a great buy. They've got AKs out for Electronic and Boomich. Deagles for Simple. Mac 10 out here for Bit. If they lose this round, it's probably done on Inferno. Very important round here for Na'Vi. And they're going second middle. No banana control at all. They want to go heavy in towards A. Malta just going for some spam with the USP. Sicko getting boosted up. Interesting setup in towards the A site. I wonder if this is going to shut down Na'Vi's attack. They're coming through the apartments. Malta's going to throw a smoke. Ooh, Just to be careful he doesn't get caught in transition of utility. Get your gun out. Malta holds on, drops down into pit and doesn't come away with a kill. Bit is able to open it up for Na'Vi. Inns is traded out and Electronic finds Alistair. Sicko comes down off his boosted position. He's got a kill out of it. Inns is doing a good job of keeping him off the site right now. Finally, he's dealt with. Boomich has come in with some important kills, and it's all onto Hats. He has been the quietest player right now for Renegades, but this needs to be the best round for him. 1 versus 2 with the AK-47. Starts to get back into the site. Boomich getting the bomb planted at the back of the site itself, and Hats is creeping closer, spots out one. Still worried about that pit position, and for great reason, turns it into the 1v1, but couldn't find enough damage onto Boomich, who just about stays alive on 12 HP. And he is the player that gets them that 3K and gets Na'Vi a much-needed round win.
Much-needed round for Na'Vi, and one where Renegades will be slightly frustrated. They get caught with poor timing. Boomich there with a great transfer of that spray. That timing from Malta was unfortunate, and then Alistair with the AK really needed to get that kill. I said earlier, he's been getting a lot of his frags with the AWP. Unfortunately, the AK spray is a kill he just had to get. Couldn't take it though, and so Na'Vi hold on, but Alistair almost gets the chance for a fight down mid. Na'Vi smart to avoid it. You don't want to be peeking into that AWP with the AK.
Oh, perfecto. He's going to be the front man in the charge. Flash has actually blinded him as he goes around the corner, but luckily no one was there. Again, Hats doing the shoulder peek, ready to throw some utility down. Here comes Na'Vi, quick in towards the B-bomb site. Inns has found the first kill, and he's dropped back as well. No CT smoke. They're trying to fight out CT, and because of that, they're just losing their lives. Hats with a double kill, bomb down, and now a smoke into CT finally comes, but too little, too late. They've already lost 2 players from it, and now Bit is alone. Bit in a 1 versus 5, and he's yet to post more than 3 kills. This is going to look real difficult for Bit. He's looking for all these angles, doesn't know where they could be, but finally gets one into Inns. Drops down into the side of the site, and actually got a timing on the smoke there. He's found another one. Bit coming alive in the clutch here. He's going to go for the fake tap onto the bomb to try and pull another into his crosshair. I think at this point, Renegades are starting to sweat a little bit. Bit with another one. This could be an incredible clutch for Bit. Quiet all game, but then explosive in such an important round. Once again, taps the bomb to pull Renegades. He's got the 1v1 fights here. He's got them pinned, 1 at Banana, 1 Ruins, but Bit has tapped the bomb again. Another headshot, it just about misses out. Hats with a 4K. Bit, that is just an NT right there. Such a nice try to pull off the 1v5 clutch. There's not much more you could ask of him.
So close from Bit. They gave him a couple of fights to begin with, but once they start to tighten it up, you think he's going to have trouble finding further fights, and he still finds a way. This was the start of the round, though. No CT smoke. Hats lines them up, even gets one through the smoke, and then closed it out with the quad kill. And what a game this has been from Renegades. You've got to remember, this is the map that Na'Vi finally beat Gambit on to finally get that win at the RMR, prove that they could be the #1 team in the world, prove that they could beat the #1 team in the world, and yet now they come in against Renegades on that same map that they beat Gambit on, and they've only got 6 rounds so far. This is an incredible performance from Renegades, and it really sets us up for the most exciting series possible, and timeout taken by Na'Vi for the first time. That is crazy.
That is wild that it's come to this point, finally letting Blade have a little talk, try and get into the team's heads right now and figure out what is going on. What can we pull out of this?
He did say coming into this tournament, he thought that the RMR result was good because he was not able to talk to the players, but I think he's taken it a bit too far with this one. Not taking that time out.
I'm just going to take my paycheck, and you guys go ahead and play on the server. I'll see you.
Maybe he fell asleep for a bit and woke up and was like, oh, 15-6? What the hell? What's happened, guys?
Yeah, I think he's needed right now. I think you can see around Na'Vi, they're really starting to just rely on Simple. They're really trying to get the AK out on him. A lot of these investments, a lot of these economic decisions have been around getting Simple a gun. You know, even in the Deagle rounds, everybody else is saving around 2K, and they're buying Simple's going for Kevlar, Deagle, and leaving themselves to $600. They're really trying to make some magic happen. And Hats, he's peeking into second middle. Alistair's going to find the kill. Call for the fights here from the Renegades. They're going to get away. Hats just about, but finally through the smoke and the wall. It's Simple with a headshot, but look at Alistair. Look how much control he's got right now, Hawker. Bit has to be aware of this, and I don't think you're going to be aware of angles like that. Alistair coming in with a headshot, and a man advantage picked up for the Renegades yet again.
Renegades on the verge of an incredible start to this series. 3 kills away from a 16-6 win on their map pick. Alistair's continued to stay in this aggressive spot.
Oh,
One man close by, but it's Simple you have to deal with. And he's not an easy man to go up against right now. Instant headshot delivered, and now Renegades have that lack of information. They don't have much info on either side of the map. That'll make it very hard to read this.
still got time here, Na'Vi, to figure out what they want to do. Currently with the lean towards A, Perfecta's going to try and sell out some utility. Because of that information they don't have, you've got to make rotations like this. And that does open up opportunity. Sicko unable to get the first kill, and because of that, Simple swings on out. Headshot in, and now suddenly a man advantage for Na'Vi. Perfecto's still over here on the B bomb site. They know they've got a one player over on that A side because he hears the footsteps of the player still on B. Simple. 3 can the round, another one for him. 4 kills picked up, and that's why you give the AK-47 to Simple. He can pull off these kind of rounds. Sends his teammates in, gets the information off of them, and engineers a round win out of it. Na'Vi given 7.
You could just feel at the start of this second half that Simple had taken that halftime break to realize, I just have to take the reins here. I just have to take over this game to give us a chance to come back into it. He started to do that, but it may have come too late considering the scoreline. Either way, getting a couple more round wins on the board would be nice for them, and getting that Renegades economy down to a poor position is also a nice spot to be in.
Here was that first kill.
Wow.
Just good spray control into the apartments. Hats was trying to get away. And Alistair a little unlucky on the timing to walk forward. And good bit out of his teammate running forward, baiting out the crosshair. And Simple's able to swing onto the site. Sicko just to expose himself a little too much. 15-7, Renegades. Again, down to a lower buy. They've won one of these already in the second half. This is a round Na'Vi cannot afford to lose. They can't afford to lose any rounds now on Inferno. And they're going for the quick play over the top of the car. It's Boomich control of top banana, and now looking down at the CT for his early fight. Alice just loving some of this apartment's aggression. Did work out for him in the previous, in particular, onto mid. On Simple, he's not stopping. Another headshot picked out for him, this time onto ins. And it's an opening kill into round 23.
Oh, wow.
Oh, not again, Bit. Got a feel for it. Nice kill. There we go, Alistair's got an 8. Oh, Galil out of it, but no kill from it. Electronics been able to take him out of play. Now 4v3 and Renegades. A little bit of spice in there if Alistair was able to get another kill out of it, but deagle here for Sicko gets one. Couldn't quite get the double up onto Boomich. I think Na'Vi start to turn their attentions into the B side of the map now. Simple over here with the AK-47. Hat's the only player here with a Tech 9. Good luck holding this. It's going to be real difficult. Utility starts to come in as well. Smoke down, peeks out. Now they know the Tech 9 is down into a CT spawn. They bombard him with utility. Flash is going in as well. And now they take the site. Get that bomb planted and play for the post plant as well because they have got that banana control.
Bomb has been planted.
I thought Renegades might throw some salt into the stab wound that they just inflicted there at the end. Winning this round would have been a real tough pill to swallow for Na'Vi, but not the pistol win the round this time. Na'Vi go ahead and hold on for another one. Just touching on Simple, something that I find so impressive about him, as we see him get another kill, is that he has the highest entry round percentage on Na'Vi, while also having the second highest clutch round percentage on Na'Vi. And even that clutch round stat is very, very close behind Perfecto, who wins slightly more clutches than Simple. And that's with Perfecto oftentimes being that player who's set up to win those sorts of clutch scenarios. There's the knife from Alistair. Get that in the highlight reel. Make sure you win the map, though. You don't really want to include the knife in your highlight reel if you don't win it. So 15-8. AK in the hands of Malta, but the rest of the Renegades players will not have that same luxury. They want to go ahead and save for a gun round into the next. The loss bonus is only at $2,400, so they may be missing some nades or some kits into the next round. But at least Alistair will have the money for the AWP. That is, of course, assuming they don't win this round, which is always possible, however unlikely it may be.
Oh, Alistair now trying to fight down in towards mid. He's going to come back into the site. Gets more comfortable with all the cover and his teammates there as well. Na'Vi are going towards Malta. And this is the only AK. Let's see if Malta can do anything with it. Na'Vi have utility, should be using that up to clear out its position. They've done that, and oh, the tick damage to sound cute. Malta not getting anything out of it, but does get on over to the site itself. And with 55 seconds left, Na'Vi are still going towards this bomb site. Malta, quick headshot, that's simple down. Now Malta's looking for a little bit more here as Na'Vi look to pressure in towards short. There's still Deagles, there's a pistol here as well in the form of a USP of Sicko. Peeks out, Electronic on a headshot. Alistair's down and out of play. They know Sicko's inside a pit. They've got to deal with him, and he's just buying time. Distracting for his teammate to peek out, and Malta's found another one on the AK. He's looking for a little bit more here, but finally is smoked up into Moto. That should be enough. Perfecto peeks out with the AK. Hats has found one in the Deagle, and suddenly a 2v2. Both Renegades players have AK-47s. And the smoke down at Moto. And it's smoke deeper now for Renegades. They're looking for an aggressive play from Na'Vi, but it's not coming in. They're going to use the crossfire of the site and pit to try and hold out in the post plant, and nothing is given being away. And that's going to have to be the save for Renegades. They need an opportunity to be given away there by Na'Vi to win the retake, and I think they realize we'll just be happy with the AKs. We'll save those into the next one. Na'Vi given a 9th round, but really nice shots there from Renegades.
Really nice shots and really not a bad outcome for them. Saving 2 AKs, which are always good to have on that CT side for that fast kill with the headshot, but also just making sure they have those AKs dropped over to the players that had less money. Now they can get full nades on some of those players who otherwise may not have been able to go into that position. Last timeout taken by Renegades. That could be a real big moment here. If they do start to go on a loss streak now, if Na'Vi keep winning rounds, we're going to get deeper and deeper into the game. They won't have any time to breathe. They won't have any chance to take a pause. So Renegades could really do with closing this out soon, because every round that slips away from you, the pressure can start to build and you can start to suddenly get a little scared after having such a big lead earlier in this game. Should still be fine for them at 15-9. They should be able to win 1 out of the potential 6 rounds that are coming up. And now they've got a full gun round to prove to us that they can do it.
Alistair starting the round over at B. Inns is here with the AK. Boomich. Oh, he's looking for some of these entries. Quite good at getting him towards B, and once again, he's been able to take the hat off Hats. And a man advantage now for Na'Vi. They're going to put pressure on the B-bomb start immediately. Smoke down, that slows it. That's a kill through the smoke as well from Inns. That's going to slow down Na'Vi a little further now. They have to figure out, okay, we've lost a player here. We did get that opening kill, but we're once again at the beginning of the round. No map control really, apart from top banana. And down into the 4v4.
Such a shame for Boomich, who did well to get that early kill. You can understand why he would call for a fast B play in that position, but he gets stalled out, and then because he's so far forward and trying to commit to the site, he gets sprayed through the smoke. Good work by Renegades to tie up the numbers, but the numbers won't be so even on this B bomb site. Only Alistair here with the AWP. And Na'Vi still have some nades to try and deny him from this position.
Quick rotation is coming from Inns, but you do need something out of Alistair here. He's going to go down, simple, peeks him onto the coffins. It's always difficult. It's a risk every time you re-peek the coffins as an AWPer. And Inns is not too far off predicting the right position that just couldn't get any kills out of it, and Renegades have to save.
Saving the 3 rifles as well as having some money in the bank should allow another buy into the next round. So again, not worst case scenario right now for Renegades, but obviously losing the round isn't ideal. You'd rather just get the win and get it over the line. And Na'Vi did such a great job there with the utility they had, with the little utility they had remaining. at just using those flashes to get Alistair off the angle, and then Simple predicts the repeat, predicts the position of the AWP. He realized that they weren't facing much resistance initially on the site, so it's quite likely it's just an AWP solo holding B. That's a common way that teams like to play when they go down into the 4v4, and Simple was really ready for it. Just waits for the repeat. Instead of having to smoke Coffin, you can just get that kill because you don't have the smoke, and then Simple can basically act as an ability of just stopping that Coffin player from being able to have any influence on the outcome of the round. Really smart play by Simple. He is still going strong here for Na'Vi, who now have 10 rounds here on Inferno. The game has come somewhat closer than Renegades would have wanted. But for Na'Vi, they are finding their footing here, slowly but surely.
They're going for a lot of these heavy plays in terms of just running straight through the smoke to top middle. This time it's Malta who did spot that start to come through, and Alistair, quick kill. Boomish is trying to get a lot of these openings for Na'Vi, but now it has to be Electronic. He's got the kill back on Malta, but Alistair's still here, still lurking around long, and he's just missed the timing. Na'Vi have got on towards short, and Sicko inside of the site. We've seen a highlight moment from this position already in this game, and Sicko's looking for another. He's done damage onto Pit, he's dropped down into Pit, and Ins, he's got one, but traded out quickly bit by bit. Who's now hiding inside of the mini pit. Alistair at long. He's got his teammate still inside of the site, but that motor smoke, that makes things difficult. So the counter smoke in play for Alistair allows him to move through, and he can get the kill here on Bit. Easy frag for him, and now the rifle of Sicko, they're pulling it off. Just Simple. 1 versus 3 needed to keep his team alive. He spots the head. It's a game of whack-a-mole. And Simple right now is not feeling it on the AWP. Goes to the AK, and right through the smoke, it's the Renegades who take themselves a 16-10 win on Inferno. An upset yesterday, and now a